Good afternoon, my name is Geoff Olmstead. I'm the nursery manager here at Orchard Nursery and Florist in Lafayette. Today we're going to be doing a video about how to prune fruit trees in the summer. So we're going to be going to my home in Concord and I'm going to be talking about pruning 3 trees. One is a pomegranate, the other is a 4-in-1 multi-graft pluot, and the third one is a 3-in-1 multi-graft pear. So today I'm only going to be using one tool because my fruit trees are fairly small, and that tool is going to be a Felco pruner, Felco hand pruners. They are the best pruners on the market. If you have a fruit trees that have larger branches larger than your pinky, the Felco hand pruners won't be good enough. So you should get a nice pair of loppers. Loppers can do much larger branches. This one can do up to 1.25 inch diameter branch. These are Dram professional loppers. The neat thing about these is that they're telescoping. So if you're pruning a tree and you don't have a ladder and you need to get up higher, all you do is twist and unlock, and lock, unlock, twist, and lock, and then you have a more leverage and a longer handle to prune with. So the first one we're going to get started with is the pomegranate tree. Pomegranates grow kind of weird, irregular shapes. You can see this one has a wayward branch here, a couple wayward branches here. This is all pretty good. This one's only a year old, so I'm not really going to do very much pruning on this one, but I am going to cut back these wayward branches. And what I'm going to cut back to is, if you look at the branch, which direction you want the branching structure to go. If I cut it here, then this is going to come back over the top of the plant, which I don't want to do. So I want to look for an outside bud, anywhere a leaf bud. This is a bud. Anywhere a leaf is coming out, if you cut above that, then that's the direction the next branching structure is going to go. So I'm going to cut here about 1/4 inch above the leaf node. And then this one, so this is going to go that way. This one I'm going to cut here. And then this one I'm just going to cut here. So now I have a nice evenly shaped tree. All the branches are basically the same height. Everything is going to grow nice and rounded, and that's all we really need to do with this one. So the next one we're going to do is my little multi-graft pluot. This is a 4-in-1 pluot, so there's 4 different types of pluots on this little tree. This tree I planted last year from a bare root, and I've been keeping it pruned back. You can see the old cuts that I've done. I pruned it once in April, I think, and now it's July, so I'm keeping it small because I want to be able to harvest the fruit at a manageable size. I don't want it to get a big old giant tree. You generally want to prune pluots, apricots, cherries, most of your fruit trees after they're done fruiting. So first thing you do when you look at the tree is you want to kind of manage the height. So this one I want to bring down. Basically what I want to do is I want to eventually only keep it as high as I can reach so I can harvest the fruit. But initially what you do is you look for dead branches, dead wood, like that one. That one's dead. And once again you follow the same concept as far as where to prune from a bud. So now this one here, this branch is coming up over and crossing. So I'm going to remove that. This one. Okay, now a perfect spot would be right here, but I don't have one. So I got to make a choice whether to go up or low. So I pruned it up a little before, now I'm going to go a little lower. Okay, so this is a funky branch. See, this one is kind of coming across here and crossing up in here, so I'm going to remove this whole thing. One thing is when you get to this point, when you get to a certain point, you're going to see what you may want to remove altogether. So like this branch here, which I cut initially, is growing straight up into the tree. It's part of this graft. I have 3 nice big strong branches on it, so I'm going to take this entire branch off. So you can see from the inside of the tree, these are the 4 different grafts of this pluot, and so now you can really see into the center, so sunlight, air circulation, and you can get sunlight in there for more fruit production. Although this one is done fruiting for this year, next year I should have quite a bit more fruit on this one. This is a pear. This is another multi-graft. This one I haven't pruned. So this one was planted at the same time as this one. This one's not growing very fast, but I'm gonna prune it now. So once again, I'm gonna look at this tree. They're pretty much right next to each other. So I'm gonna bring it down at about the same level. And I'm just gonna, so first off, I'm just gonna kind of tip it back. Now that I got my shape, now I wanna look inside and clear out all these crossing branches. So like this one's growing straight up through here. This one's coming through here. So this one's coming out. This is just a funky one growing that way. So I'm gonna take that one off. But because this one's actually growing out this way, so I'm gonna leave this one. I didn't want it to grow into the fence direction, but I have plenty of room this side, so I can let this one grow. And that's it. So once again with this one, now you can really see the inside of the tree. It's brought back to a size. Going to the direction, all the cuts are pointing in a direction where I want the branches to grow. The second most important thing to do when after you prune your fruit trees in the summertime is to fertilize them. So there's a couple different fertilizers you can use. You could use either the organic fertilizer, which we have Dr. Earth Life, and I'm going to use an organic on one. So the organics are slower to take effect. There's not a real fast notice or push of growth. But what they do is they build up the ecosystem in the soil. The other one that you could use is a multi-purpose fertilizer. This is not organic, this is a traditional fertilizer. It means that the nutrients are more readily available to the plants, so it'll have a faster result. So organic, I'm gonna sprinkle a cup. And the traditional, you can use half as much. A half a cup of the traditional. Now you water it in. So that's it. It's important to prune your fruit trees to keep them small, to keep them at a manageable size, and to do that you do it by summer pruning. And there you have it. Simple, easy, done. Thank you.